No, Mom, I'm on a podcast.
Oh, so sorry, babe.
Do you want to say hi to the people?
Hey.
Hi, the people.
Hey.
This is the mother.
Hi, everybody.
You got any good memories for me when I first started learning music as a kid?
Yes, lots of good memories.
Oh, yeah, name one.
Well, blew my mind. Because you have so much interest in music. Growing up, you were a reader.
Well,
you were always reading
all right.
and writing stories and going to writing camp. That's what makes you such a good songwriter.
Well, thank you, Mother. That's very nice.
Dakota. Yeah,
You know,
Dakota.
I've decided to not even tell them the story about you leaving me at the grocery store, so they won't even hear about that.
Thank you.
Tell your
will.
mom she has to be very proud of you.
I don't want people to think you're a liar because it's so not true.
Well, Scott Lips over here in the studio says you should be very proud, and I'm very proud of you as well. I love you, Mom.
Oh, I love you. I'll let you go. Bye, guys.
Okay, I'll call you later.
The Donut King. You are the Donut King.
What up? What up? Yeah, dude, my favorite donuts in the world are the spot I went to a long time ago on Long Island.
Oh, yeah.
In Long Island?
Yes.
On Long Island?
I'm from Long Island. Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah,
remember
yeah,
that,
in Long Beach.
Right, right. Yeah.
It's called the Dough Hut, and I haven't been there since I was like, I don't know, like 22, so maybe they weren't as good as I remember.
This
Who
is
knows?
not the Dough Hut. But,
That's okay, yeah. But we're going to be playing, I think we're playing on Long Island, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to try to go back there and everything.
You even incorporate donuts into the lyrics. FDR.
You got that.
Yeah. So.
Oh, dude.
I'm like, well, you might as well try them, and we'll see. You know.
Let's see.
We're not really.
Oh, these look great, man.
We're not really officially rolling yet. So this is more about.
Dude, you got B-roll if you want to put this towards the end or something.
Yeah, because I don't know if these are as good as the Long Island ones. Let's see. You do love donuts, Jake.
These are wonderful.
Yeah. Okay. It was like, do I heat them up and have them, because I know you're on Rockstar time, so they might have been cold, but luckily we got that in there. In LA, what were your favorite donuts though? Do you have a favorite donut spot in LA? Oh, there's one. There's one in Santa Monica. I think you talked about, right?
I did. Yeah, I've talked about that. And there's this one called Simone's in Long Beach. It's like in in California we have the 24-hour donut shop.
Right.
Like you go there and you can buy like lottery tickets, and scratchers, and cigarettes and stuff. Like, it's just like a thing. It's like a nice, usually like Asian family-owned businesses, and you grow up with these donut shops. And I remember when I was a little kid, I always said, when I'm an adult, I'm gonna go get a donut whenever I want.
And you are.
So follow your dreams.
You know what? Donuts for breakfast are a good thing. It's good.
These are great, dude. What are these?
They're from downstairs. There's like a bakery downstairs. So I know. Again, you're my only guy I know that's putting donuts in the lyrics, Jake. So I was like, let's.
I'm the first guy to really do it.
All right, welcome back to Spin Magazine's Lip Service, and with my friend, Mr. Jakob Nowell of Sublime.
What up?
How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Thanks for coming back.
Yeah,
I feel like today is like Sublime Day because we have a whole bunch of stuff we're doing today. Doing a gig tonight at Silver Lining, which we did one last year. Doing a studio session today live from Chelsea. Doing this, so it's sort of like your day. I mean, you've got the cruise, you've got the festival. This is our little like Sublime Day we're doing here, Jacob.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So I mean, you might be sick of me by the end of today, but maybe not.
I don't think so, man. I remember last time we hung out here in New York, we had a really good time.
That's right. We went to see Youngblood. Right?
Yeah.
At
It
the
was
Grammy
like
Museum.
his Grammy thing. Yeah, and we're about to do the Grammy Museum thing in Los Angeles, so it was cool getting to see that. Like, and he had just such a great, setup and stage performance and a whole design to it and incredible storytelling. So that was cool. We hung out.
What do the Grammys mean to you at this point? I feel like this record could get nominated for Grammy. I have to say, the record's fantastic. We have a lot of time to get into it, but I feel like this record deserves a Grammy. I'm just going to go out there and limit it.
I'll give it such a middle of the road response, unfortunately. It's like one of those things where, obviously we shouldn't put all this crazy importance into awards and all that stuff. But at the same time, there's nothing wrong with desiring like some benchmark for your success. And if it happens to be that, happens to be that. I think a lot of musicians, myself included, grow up really being like, oh wow, it would be so cool to just have your work recognized in like this ubiquitous, all-encompassing sense. So yeah, for your Grammy consideration, Until the Sun Explodes. Pretty can we say fuck? I forget.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay, pretty fucking please. We want that fucking Grammy.
The last time
Horse
it's all right. The last time we did a sit down, I think it was right after your Coachella performance. That was really the first official performance. And from the outside, it feels like life has changed a lot for you since then. So what has really changed? Because everything's changed, but how do you feel about everything?
Yeah, there is. I mean, the band is cooking with grease now, as a fella says, right? It's we're firing on all cylinders and other idioms. It's like it's all really happening. It all feels really real now, for sure.
2 #1 alternative hits, right? Good Morning America, Fallon, the Today Show, all this. I think you're doing Good
Yeah.
Morning America coming up in
Yeah.
a couple weeks. I think it was 400,000 people that you played to in Nashville the other day for the 4th of July.
Yeah.
It's got to be surreal at this point. And it's like a full circle moment for you after that first time we met, right?
Yeah, completely. We've gotten to a place where beyond my wildest dreams, for sure. And I think it's all sort of, I don't know, under the auspices of this is for my father. I wish he was the one getting to experience these things for his fucking band. It's really sad that he isn't, and but his story and the story of this band touches a lot of people out there, so I decided to keep on doing it, because and I want Bud and Eric to be able to experience the fruits of their labor. This is their band, their fucking project. It's their record and all of their records, and it feels really special for us to now be so much closer and to be having so much fun together. And
I feel like they're getting their flowers now too, right? Bud and Eric.
Yeah, and they ought to be, right? I mean,
Yeah.
that's the best drum and bass in rock, in my
Yeah.
opinion. I'm biased.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, it's Scott. We recently launched a Patreon. You'll get access to our studio sessions, the episodes early, the live content series, and so much more. 3 tiers. It would mean the world to us if you join us, so we can bring you the show every week. Check it out, Patreon, link in bio. Thanks again.
Talk to me a little bit about, we touched base on this last time, but the SoCal scene, the alternative scene that you're very much a part of. I mean, Sublime is part of that vocabulary, right?
Yeah, man, that's the thing I'm the most excited about is that, the sound that Sublime created was very multi-genre and very formative, right? And I think that the way that trends go, now we're seeing 30 some odd years later, a lot of young kids really taking those sounds and starting to re-experiment with them again. A lot of people don't know this, but there is emerging and very dedicated scene of what I like to call West Coast alternative music that is happening right now in Southern California, really all along the coast and in other places with the advent of the internet. We have friends on the East Coast who are doing this sound too, but it's a lot of acoustic guitars, beachy stuff, but weird production, lots of hip hop influence. This is, true West Coast renaissance, I think, is happening right now in the alternative rock world. So to see so many young people be interested in Sublime, it becomes like this interesting prophetic thing of my late father, is the way that I take it. The whole "you can't fight against the youth" type of deal, and singing about and perceiving like moments in the future of us all, this togetherness and pushing forward as a family in the face of like weirdness and uncertainty and like strange times. It is all very emotional to me, but all that whole scene is what we're kind of trying to like capture in a bottle with Sunburnt Records, the spiritual successor to my father and his best friend Miguel's label, Skunk Records. And it's creeping up. We're doing the Sublime Festival every year now, and we got a Sunburnt Records stage where we get to put on all the small friends, and then the main stage we put in our bigger friends like the Co-Defendants, and we had Long Beach the Ball Stars and Slightly Stupid and a bunch of other, too many to name even, like want to name them all. So getting to work with them, and then my band Jacob's Castle, we're about to go on tour with Co-Defendants. So it is a family thing on all levels, and it's a multi-generational thing. You all the way from the young Grom bands to these the ancient guys who did it, like my uncles. Back in the day, they were putting on Slightly Stupid. Look where they went. So I think it's really exciting to see that kind of generativity or whatever.
How important was it for you to continue that tradition with your own label? Because obviously you mentioned Skunk Records, right?
Oh, so important, man. So important. I couldn't be doing it without the help of my best friend, Mr. Zano.
Yeah, Zano.
Wherever
We
he
like
may
Zano.
be.
Untitled's a great band, by the way.
Yeah, hey,
Good
check
band.
it out. Who's producing their record? Chris Lord Algae. No, I'm kidding. Also,
was
him
like,
too.
what?
But Zano's doing it too, and I helped.
Amazing.
Mainly with the vocals. Shout out Danny. That guy rocks. He's awesome singer. And Juan and Lorenzo and James and all the whole. They're just so cool. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Like that's not music that you would essentially think like, oh, here's Cali relaxed music. It's like, no, dude. Like this is music is supposed to make you want to fight and fuck and feel things, and it's just that era of the 90s and stuff that has been happening all along the West Coast for a long time. Like their adherence to a very old tradition, but in a cool, fresh way. And all of our bands that we work with Sunburnt, You know,
Yeah.
everyone in the Sunburnt collective family is our stamp of approval.
There's talk that like grunge is coming back, and Untitled to me fits that genre, right? There's a lot of bands like Return to Dust, Untitled, a new band called Visitor Coach I just discovered. So it feels like that's kind of right. They're tapping into Nirvana, Soundgarden, those bands from the '90s a little bit.
Yeah, and Seattle, that's what
Yeah.
we think of, you know. That's on the West Coast. You know, that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. There's like this pocket of like interesting sound that was 90s and Y2K culture, and all those aesthetics and sounds are coming back in a big way. So yeah, that's really like our scene. I think it's so interesting to see where Sublime fits into that history and lineage of music, and the fact that the kids are tapping in with that and really like, you know, having fun at our shows. Like the shows we've been playing, you just look out, you see a bunch of like young people having fun,
Yeah,
and
it's
their parents showed them, so they're there having fun, and it's like,
It's generational.
yeah, dude. Usually, if your parents like something, you think it's lame. If you're like, we haven't cracked the code yet, but somehow it's like maybe it's because we're, you know, the songs are singing about, you know, mom smoking crack and making love to whores, or you know, I don't know. It's like oh, it's cool. My parents let me listen. Who really knows? Or if it's just the music you discover when you first start smoking weed, you check out, you know, Sublime and Nirvana and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But whatever it is, it's our lives. Like it goes beyond just an aesthetic or like a vibe. It truly is what we live and how we do. You know, my life completely changed after that first Coachella performance, but it didn't mean that I was gonna like start becoming this like, you know, socialite party going hobnobber, like being like, oh yes, how's it going, my friends? Check out my chrome hearts, like, you know what I mean, or whatever. I don't know, no disto chrome heart. I just mean like, you know, I wear my fucking wife beaters and I get up and I go every morning. I go to the same 3 different, you know, restaurants to get my food where I know everybody, and it's just cool, man. Like
You weren't moving to Beverly Hills and going to all the parties.
yeah, I know, and no shame if, again, with the whole talk about the Grammys and stuff, if that is your measurement of like that's what you wanted, don't feel ashamed about that at all. That's just not particularly what I'm interested or our scene is interested in. This is like the life and times. The bigger the success, that's awesome. I'm so happy at how big Sublime is, but we never want it to feel like it is this phony, plastic, like butt rock kind of vibe. You know what I mean? We're gonna go up there and it's gonna be a chaotic, gnarly time, and there's gonna be, you know, people getting into fights and meeting the loves of their lives and everything else in between at our shows. And to me, that's like such a beautiful thing to be gifted with.
It's also the 30th anniversary of the self-titled record, which is, it's come full circle for you, right? It's got to be good to know. And I think you guys are getting like the 10 million, right? The award for sales of 10 million, the Diamond Award, around the same time as the Grammys.
It was really special because we had, we got these placards now for the diamond sales for that. And
No one sells 10 million records anymore. It's like unheard of. So.
unless your name ends with Swift, right? You know, like, and shout out, that's a beautiful thing when fans are inspired to support their favorite artists like that. It's a really important thing. And but we had one made for my grandmother and my late grandfather,
Amazing.
Jim Nowell, of whom none of this would be possible without both of them, Jane and Jim Nowell. And I presented it to I think D-Rock, you were telling me about getting that thing. She came the day that we left yesterday and to my house, and so I gave it to her then, and we opened it up. And though I think the plexiglass broke in transit, so we might need to get that replaced. But she almost cried, man. It was like she had to hold it together.
So
It was
great that you get to do that, right?
such a special moment because for them, they lost a son. They didn't,
Yeah.
you know, fuck all this rock shit. That's their baby boy, and like all of his life and times and memories and the smiles that he made. So it's not the same as somebody that can warm you with a hug, but it is a testament. It's not just a trophy. It's a reminder that the life that we live here has some fucking meaning. It has to, right?
Yeah, and it's so beautiful that they get to see you do this, right? Because that's the most important thing, too, that they get to experience it now with you. But let's talk about the new record, Until the Sun Explodes. I mean, it feels so authentic,
Talk
Jacob.
until the sun explodes. Yeah, dude, thank you for saying it's authentic.
It's so
Appreciate it.
authentic, and I think the thing that I love about it is that it feels like you went back and you listened to like the old rehearsal tapes. You did your research. You really did your research, and there's no one that can say that record doesn't fit into like 2000. It fits into now too. The fact that it feels so authentic to me is so incredible because, you know, sometimes bands make new records and after 30 years you're like, it's not good. This is a great record.
We're so excited. I'm like so excited. I just want to like bust out the guitar right now and start playing. I'm excited for this.
By the way, you got one right here,
Silver
so
Line.
you don't really need to. When you say bust it out, it's
Yeah. I'm really excited about all this new material, and to play it tonight's gonna be awesome. We did do our homework, right? Like, you know, we went and listened to all that, but we also listened to all the music that was inspiring my uncles and my father at the time that they were making it. And so we try to really get into the headspace of what they were doing and what even makes a Sublime record a Sublime record. And you can never, our goal wasn't to exceed because that's just not possible. Our goal was to just not even like, just try as hard as we could to not ruin or besmirch the legacy or have this weird outlier. And for the most part, it seems like people really accept what we did, like because we went in with that level of respect. I think is why. And yeah, it showed people were just screaming the lyrics along live during all of our shows. It's been great incorporating new material into the set.
When did you realize you had something really special here with this record?
You know, there was like a couple moments during like the early writing process where like, you know, there were some jams that we would do together for rehearsals, and then some old jams that we had uncovered that had never been fully recorded, like some secret stuff that even the fans haven't heard. So that's what was inspiring myself. And I have a producer named John Joseph at the Harbor Martyr Studio in San Pedro that I do all my Jacob's Castle stuff with. And we're just like always been a close writing team. And I also write very closely with my friend Zano with Sunburnt Records. So we brought him in, and we just started jamming these ideas and trying to come up with little demo versions that we could send to Bud and Eric. And then we already had Bud in one time to just do drums. And then so we used all of his drums to write to. And then we had Bud and Eric in, and we jammed it all properly as a band, fully recorded it and wrote it. And they gave their, like, oh, let's do this here. Let's do this section. Let's do this interlude. So we all kind of crafted it together that way. But the early moment I'll remember with me and Zano and John, we were just sitting there. I think I was like playing this song called Evil Men. And it was like a freestyle jam. And as we were just playing it, like John has this big sunlight at the Harbor Martyr Studio, and the sun was like shining down. And I had built this pagan shrine to the god Apollo, our patron of music and poetry and such things. And it just felt like, and his symbol is the sun. My father's symbol is the sun, right? So it was just like this totally weird spiritual moment. Also hadn't slept at that time 48 hours, so that helped.
Well, people say that you see signs because, you know, I lost my dad. I don't really see signs yet. I'm still waiting for that phone call, that dream. One of the songs was inspired by a phone call from your dad.
Well, yeah, I had this weird dream, where I picked up the phone and then he was talking to me. I don't usually, that was just interesting, and we like cried. I have it all written down. I wrote the dream down. And
so you woke up in the middle of the night and you have this dream with your dad calling you. You wrote it down right away just to document everything.
I was asleep in the middle of the night. I woke up in the morning and wrote it down.
Yeah.
But it was and then to incorporate lyrics like that into a song like that was really important. And then, you know, I think a lot of people can relate with their lost loved ones. A song sometimes cue us into those memories we had with them. So it's like you go out somewhere and it's like you can't get away from a certain song. It's like, and you know, it's only so many songs. It's only so many places you can go.
Right.
And if your song happened to be a big song, odds are you're going to hear it. You know, I'm not fully crazy. But I think if you choose to view those moments as special, that's what gives them their importance. You know, was it that God turned, you know, Coke into Pepsi or found your car keys? It doesn't really matter. You know, it's sort of, you can't judge these things off of merit. If you decide what happened to you was spiritually significant, then that is the essence of a spiritual moment. So that there are times when it feels like life is hard and you want to fucking jump off the Vincent Thomas, but there are other times when just small things are speaking to you if you choose to look at it that way. And when you do, when you accept it and you go, hey man, I'm gonna be as crazy as the world I see around me, all of a sudden everything starts to make sense. You know?
Definitely, because nothing was really handed to you. You had to put the work in. I mean, you had bands before this, and at a certain point, like you had Law. And obviously Jacob's Castle, but nothing at all was ever handed to you.
Oh, well, thank you, man. I mean, I wouldn't say nothing was ever handed to me. I mean, I'm incredibly lucky to be the son of a musician whose work became successful, even though posthumously successful after his death.
But you had to put the work in before.
That's usually what I like to say. But you know, I think there are some people who, you know, get insanely lucky and come from absolutely nothing. But I think and we like to imagine like this artist that just, they came up out the muck and they just did it all themselves and pulled themselves up their bootstrap. I think that's a little bit of a fantasy, honestly. You do need to put in an insane amount of hard work. But you also, people get lucky. You need to meet the right people who see something in you, hopefully, and they help you. Even if it wasn't someone you were related to or helped you just because of that. I have had a lot of people who were friends with my dad who didn't help me because, like, at the time, like, the juice has to be worth the squeeze. No one was going to help me simply because of who I was. I did have to put in a lot of work. I toured for 10 years to, empty rooms, just trying, standing out in places, handing out flyers, walking into venues and like giving them a bottle of champagne, being like, please let us play your venue. My name's Jakob. And these are people who like might have been like passingly interested. Oh, that's cool. Your dad was so-and-so, but it wasn't like, there were no like, again, like crazy parties in LA and New York where I got to, meet the people or the guys or like who were going to like open these gates for me. And then what sucks now is if you do start as an independent musician and then you get picked up by a label and they really want to develop you, people are like, no, that's an industry plant. It's like, you really can't win. Like,
you can't win.
They want you to be insanely independent. It's like, okay, then I'm never going to post or show my music to anyone. It's like, there's no real, I think you just have to hopefully be making music that is truly the sounds and the stories you want to be telling that are authentic to yourself, and people will pick up on that regardless of what you had. And I could not be here without the help of so many people. We have an amazing team, many of whom are sitting in this room right now, who are doing the backbreaking work to get these projects where they need to go. I'm afforded to be in a position where I can explore the creative side and the performance side and the stuff that I would like. That's the role I want to be doing. But if D-Rock doesn't pick up the phone and get us that gig, if he's not calling and moving these things forward, if he doesn't say, hey, you need to be talking with Scott Lips at this time on this day in New York, then none of that will that won't happen, and nothing will get advanced. So it is 100% an equal collective effort to make this machine move forward.
Yeah, because besides the music, you're only because of your team, and I can attest that Derek is amazing. The team is amazing. So
shout out Zinger, shout out Joe.
You mentioned early on, I think, Jakob, that you felt that it was almost like fraudulent stepping into these shoes, right, with a history of the band like Sublime. So do you still feel that way now?
I mean, it was my biggest fear. Like, it'd be so easy for us to look at, like, I don't even fault people for thinking anything that they would think of me negatively. They're just like, oh, here comes this kid out of nowhere. That's sort of what it feels like, right? I mean, what is one to think? I needed to know for my own personal, like, satisfaction, I guess, that at least to myself and my people that I was putting in the appropriate amount of work and respect. That I'm gonna do the things. I've been to the spots you used to go, and I hear you coming through the radio. Like, that's me, man. And I think we all deal with imposter syndrome in any field. I think blessed are the few who do not and can just sort of work unimpeded by their own fear of failure, and they don't think about that at all. But when I have those thoughts, if I check in with my Uncle Miguel, one of the original members of the band, Perro Bravo, if I check in with my Uncle Miles and Kyle, Slightly Stupid, if I check in with those people who with Opie, Long Beach Dub All Stars, the real carriers of the torch who were there from the beginning, who saw what this was about, and they go, nah, dude, you're fucking tripping. You sound great up there. Calm down. I'm like, really? But I sucked at Petco Park. I was having such an off day, and I couldn't hear anything out the damn monitors. And they're like, nah, it sounded fine. It's like, because then you realize, oh, we're not curing cancer here. As long as I'm being my authentic self and really like listening to the people around me and not isolating myself and truly trying to carry on these traditions and just speak these stories to the people who care that it's helping them. What else can we really ask for? I'm going to continually try to improve, but I am human. I'm not a magnate. I'm not this island, this one-man planet. Like, I'm just want to have some fun and do hood rat shit with my friends.
At this point, do you feel like you're not just filling in, you're actually the singer of Sublime?
No, I will never allow that's very sweet. Bud and Eric have accepted me as the singer of their band, and I really appreciate that. But I don't know if it's like false humility, and sorry if it is, but I cannot allow myself to feel like this is my band in that way. It's just, that's just, you can put on the costume and play the part and be the superhero and stand there and take pictures on the sidewalk in Hollywood Boulevard. But I think the real fucking cursed motherfuckers are the people who take the costume home with them and wear it as they go to bed. You can't do that. I'm really happy for this gig and to be the most recent addition and the fill-in singer of the band to be filling in just because my dad's not here right now. That's all. It's the only reason.
It's got to be emotional for you, though, to see Bud and Eric finally get, to be able to tour like this and have this success,
Dude,
right?
Them hang out and talk about like cars and stuff and like you know what I mean? Like, that's the best. They're best friends, dude. And they're cool with me now. And they tell me the coolest stories and tell the best jokes. Like, I think it's awesome. But yeah, I almost want to get in, do my job well, and then just sort of like let it be the background thing in my life and focus on my own stuff. Otherwise, I wouldn't be true and authentic to what I think my dad and them were doing anyways. Like I'll always play some shows every year with Sublime, but and you know, a lot of people kind of got bummed when I said I would never want to do another Sublime record. But
Right, because you did say that, yeah.
yeah, well, I didn't mean it in a shitty way. I meant it like in a respectful way. Like there, I did it. Like, and I promise I will never tread where, you know, angels lie ever again. Like
But you would do another record. I mean, this record's so good. You're gonna have to do another record at some point.
No, I don't think so. Like,
Really?
you know, like maybe we'll do some cover songs, or like I think it'd be cool to do a compilation of Sublime covering like all the raddest songs of our friends' bands that don't have as much of exposure as Sublime. That would be a great like a compilation thing, collaborative efforts. Sublime's not dying. I'm sure stuff will get released, but the way that we did Until the Sun Explodes, I want that to stay crystallized in amber. That is the epilogue of the Sublime adventures. You know,
Like putting a bow on it 30 years later.
yeah, man. It seemed everything was just so perfect and precise. After a while, you're beating a dead horse. After a while you're trying to squeeze blood from a turnip or whatever. God, I use a lot of idioms.
From a
It's an American
stone or
thing.
whatever it is.
Yeah, like water from a stone.
But
And-
it is so
yeah.
good, Jacob, that I feel like it would be a disservice not to do another record at a certain point, right? Because the reaction that you're getting from the fans, you mentioned the generational thing. I mean, everyone loves this record. I mean, I've listened to this record probably 50 times.
I mean, we just have this like tendency as human beings to just refine things to the point where they give us, you know, diseases. Like, you know, honey was pretty sweet like 10,000 years ago, and now we refine sugars to the point where they can give us diabetes. It's like, I think honey's still pretty good. Like, just maybe you just leave it where it is, and instead, you know, I focus my major creative efforts on my own project, on the next stories, on the projects of the young bands that we work with in our Sunburnt collective, like Untitled.
I don't want to
all
talk
the
about
other
that, but
ones.
did you ever think you would get to do new music with Bud and Eric? Like, did that
No,
ever?
I never even wanted to. It just, again, I felt like sneaking into the realms of heaven and stealing the statues of God and like putting them in our living rooms. Like, you have to be so respectful about these things. Like, maybe if another band wanted to hire me and Zano and John to like write their next record, that'd be sick, dude. Maybe like the Nirvana estate's like, you write a Nirvana. No, see, that's really presumptuous. You can't even like let yourself
Right.
with those flights of fancies. But I love writing records, and I will take everything I learned from writing the Sublime record and learn from playing with Sublime into my own project. We're in the process of making a new Jacob's Castle record right now. Shout out Lord Scumbag and the lamest party ever. And I think moving forward, there's so much exciting music that I will be a part of. And I'll still be playing with Sublime and playing some shows, not as much as we did this year.
Yeah. This year you did like 100 shows, right? It's like
Too much,
yeah.
man. You know, it's just tough. It's different when it's your own project because you're really excited to be portraying something that you is so idiosyncratically you. But when you're hired for another band, even though this is my life and these are my things, I still have to act a certain way and make sure that it's cool with Bud and Eric and their vision of, you know what I mean? Like it's just different. So I really like doing it, but it's work. It feels like a lot of work. It's not just, you know, nice hotels and blowjobs all the time. You know what I mean? Like you really have to be thinking constantly about how you're representing things and how this isn't just you.
Yeah.
You know,
I was chatting with Derek about my glamorous life of touring and sharing a bed with 4 guys in a Motel 6 and then playing Red Rocks, you know?
Ugh,
So
I miss it,
you're
dude.
like,
I
I'm
miss
at
the
Red Rocks and I'm
motels.
sharing a bed with 4 guys in a Motel 6.
yeah,
so-
like bring me back. I'll take
It's
the motel, dude.
Right. It's always
That's
interesting.
awesome.
Talking about making this record, obviously you mentioned doing a lot of homework, right? Did you go back and listen to old recordings with your dad? Like, how did that come
Yes.
about? There was some ideas of inspiration there that you would
Yeah,
kind of draw
everything.
from.
Everything that was ever recorded by them, I would say. It's safe to say that we listened to it many times through and really got, and we took notes and we got to the core of the thematics and like down to the percentages, right? And you can't, you know, they say you can't like science out art and be like, this is the correct proportion exactly of emotional impact and weight and stuff. So it was sort of, we were doing this under the knowledge that we were going to then be burning it later and just, okay, you've learned it and it's like inside of you now, and now you must like forsake your master, right? And just trust in chaos. Learn the book and burn the book, right? That was something that Miguel taught me a long, long time ago. You need to be capable and talented and equipped for the job, but you also cannot be lost in your own sense of contrivance. You need to trust in chaos.
Hey guys, if you're looking for a killer rock show this fall, I've got one for you. My friends at Big Machine Rock have just announced Daughtry's 20 Years Unplugged tour. Chris Daughtry and the band are stripping down 2 decades of incredible songs in intimate theaters across the country, and I think it's going to be a really special experience. Even better, one of my favorite rising artists, Ryan Purds, is going to open every date. If you've been watching the show, you know I'm always talking about breaking new artists, and Ryan is absolutely one to keep your eye on. Grab your tickets now, and thanks again to Big Machine Rock for supporting Lip Service. I'll see you out there.
Let's talk about Ensenada and talk about the fact that was the kickoff single. Did you spend some time there? How did this, the song come about? Kind of introduce
that song
everyone
was
to this
like
new
just
era.
some funny inside jokes in the studio. That was not a single. I don't know what the hell I went wrong, dude. Oh man, I was like, damn, if I knew it was gonna get that much scrutiny, I would have put some more care and thought into the lyrics. We were just trying to make ourselves laugh. That's actually a great example of what I'm talking about. We learned the book and then we're like, all right, let's go crazy and have fun. It's just kind of a bunch of nonsense. But the main core of it is that, like, there is like it's supposed to sort of be ironic. I'm not saying I'm literally gonna go, it's almost like kind of offensive. Like, we got nothing but, respect for, the heritage and everything that comes from all of that culture and stuff. And, Chingala Migra, man, fuck that shit, dude. It's fucked up what's happening right now. But so then for having like, Ensenada's going to go down there and fuck a bunch of whores. I'm like, no. Like the idea is, because you feel my face getting bright red. Is that what I had an ex and then she was like, like, I bet you just want to fuck a bunch of whores, right? Like I think that's sort of like, and I think most people do connect with that of it. The irony is like, oh, I guess this is all I am. I guess this is what I'm going to do. I might as well just go do that. The speaker and the narrator of that song does not literally wish to go do that. And again, it was supposed to kind of make us all laugh. They're sort of like throwaway lyrics almost that was just kind of freestyled and then sort of like tinkered with to be like, it'd be funny if you said this. No, what if you said this? Oh, we couldn't possibly say that. Like, and then the only reason we allowed ourselves to do it is because we were like, oh, well, this will just be like a B-side anyways.
Yeah. There's a lot of Sublime history on the
it became the single.
It became the single. I think you got nominated for American Music Award too from that song, right?
Did it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I'm
seeing some nods.
Which is a pretty good thing.
Awards. Woo!
My favorite song on the record, Jake, was The Wizard, right? So let's talk about Wizard.
That's
talk
Zane's
about
favorite
the
song.
Story behind Wizard. Such a great song. Who's the Wizard, by the way?
Man,
I'm sure you got lots of
you
wizards
know.
in your life. Do I know? Who is that?
Sometimes like you're sitting there and I'd be like saying, give me the Zins. I'm trying to meet the wizard. I want to see the wizard. It's just like, I can see him, man. Like, like when you like cross your eyes and the dimensions merge. Probably Miguel was like the actual the wizard, if you're looking to point at a figure. Then after we wrote it, we became friends with our boy Lundy. He's got this like long beard, so he kind of looks like a wizard. But he's not the wizard. Sorry.
There is a wizard.
Yeah, it was written sort of like with like my Uncle Miguel in mind. But like that was a very loose starting point. Then we jump off to like the wizard of Monsignor World wheeling and dealing. To be up out of that is such a glorious feeling. Even Scott Stapp has touched his staff, but Beck and Mark McGrath were both caught lacking.
Right, the lyrics are great in that song. It's amazing.
Again, I think we wrote Wizard really close to Ensenada. That was like the pocket of the record writing. We're like, okay, let's get away from even being contrived. Let's just like write crazy things to make ourselves laugh, and so we know that we're just still having fun, and there's evidence of that here. So
definitely,
yeah.
And a lot of lyrics, as we mentioned, touch upon your relationship with your dad. Did writing songs like that change your relationship with grief at all?
Oh yeah, man. That was another thing. Is there's still Sublime had so much fun, and there was a lot of wild insouciance and just like funny inside jokes within their lyrics, but there was also heart. The human heart in conflict with itself. Fucking Faulkner, man. You have to tell it like it is and say what you're going through. I think favorite songs was something that I went through. I had this whole verse, but then what Benny from Skeggs did was so cool, we just kept it. But there's a whole secret verse no one ever heard. It kind of ties the story together, so I think that song would have hit better.
I think a lot of people don't know Skeggs.
No,
Talk
but
about Skeggs.
Benny's verse is rad.
Yeah.
They're our boys. They're just this awesome Australian band. And we've been fans of them for forever. So then they wanted to fly out, and then we started working together. And he dropped a verse on a Castle song too that's going to come out later. And then we went to Australia and toured with them, and we partied, and they're the coolest. Benny knows a lot of interesting shit, man.
Yeah.
He's got a lot to say, and so he's got a 1 in a million voice, and just those dudes are all just awesome, dude. So that was really cool to get to work with some of our buddies on the record. A big goal of ours was to have like, it's sort of like the old guard meets the new guard and shakes hands. And it's not just passing off the torch and then the new people are going to run away with it. We're saying, no, we're keeping the whole thing lit. We're all coming together. Everybody.
You got HR, G-Love.
Yep. Fletcher from Pennywise.
Yeah.
We have that. And then we have Zach from Fiddlar. We have Benny from Skaggs. We have Zano from Strange Case. And it's saying that, like, look, these are the new kids on the block and the old dudes giving their blessing. And it's all coming together in this crazy, in the crazy band they call Sublime.
And the HR thing is great. Again, another full circle moment, because that's kind of where you guys first got together, that first kind of benefit gig for him.
Yes.
Yeah.
It all comes together with that.
What was it
He
like
did his
recording
vocals
with him?
DI.
Oh, he did?
I don't
Okay.
know whatever that means. But I don't know.
So he didn't
what
come
else.
to the studio to record with you? He just,
No, he said, I will send you guys vocals. I think I'm going to do them DI. We're like, what the fuck
what
does
is
that
DI?
Well, direct him, if you plug your guitar.
that
into
is,
yeah,
right.
yeah. But the vocals is like, what other way? And then, I don't know, listen to the song. That's DI vocals, motherfuckers. It doesn't get more core than that. If you want to know how to do it, you better listen close.
I just saw the video to FTR, which you guys I think will be putting out soon. You did it like at a barbecue at the house, and
Oh, yeah. That was Bud's idea. We were then we got Carter over there to film it. If you want your music video to look like core, call Carter McGall, dude. Carter the Ball.
But I think
For me,
people
ball.
respond to these kind of videos better than like a big overproduced video, right? At the end of the day, like these DIY.
Yeah,
things,
that's kind of
right?
like our vibe, man. We're
Yeah.
just sort of like, no, man, fuck all that, dude. Like, this was always supposed to be like a response against artificiality in music. Like,
yeah.
the fact that a band like Sublime can be even at the level that it's at now is mind-blowing to me. It's mind-blowing. We are not doing anything correctly. I mean, our team, no, don't get me wrong. They go hard, but this isn't like what, even like a new band that gets picked up and like the channels you go through and stuff. Like, fucking Zinger walks through with his like Dickies and tall socks like a radio place. He's like, what's up? How's it going, babe? Good to see you. Fuck yeah, dude. Fucking got Red Bull around here, and he's like smoking a pack of cigarettes and stuff like that. That ain't proper. Like, it ain't 1998 anymore. Like, but it's rad, dude. It's like
Yeah.
you kind of can't. It's like these erasable, or these rascals, these these devils here. Look at these guys. These funny motherfuckers. Like, let's go see them. Let's go see them play live.
Were you nervous about putting new music out there in the world after 30 years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. Who wouldn't be, right?
Yeah.
I mean, most of your favorite bands, they put out a new record. The best you can hope for, it was all right. Like, like when's the last time a band you loved from 30 years ago put out something that was like, wow, this is amazing. And I don't think we're rewriting history here. We're not blowing any minds. We just wanted to make something that was like celebratory of the catalog that we loved. A lot of these are just like inspired by the songs people already love. We're kind of just reshuffling the deck. The little twists we added are very slight and light. And I had to fight for those little twists. Like, I was the guy in the studio like, no, we got to push the envelope. We got to add weird sounds. And then fucking Zane and John were like, no, dude. So the reason that record sounds good, you have them to thank, man. Like, but I did fight for this little, you're talking about the wizard. John turned it way the fuck down because he's a pussy. And there's this little like organ sound where Zane's going like on the very last chorus, he's going, there's a little organ going, and they're like, no, that's not canonical. Where does it say that in the fucking notes? It's not in there. And I'm like, no, sometimes they use organ, but they wouldn't use it for a fucking lead. They wouldn't do that. And I'm like, it doesn't matter. Come on, put it in. And you can kind of hear it, I think, like on the doubly, you can kind of hear
Yeah,
it.
I
Turn
heard
it
that
to
for
11.
sure. Was there ever a time when you found yourself almost sounding too much like your dad, and you consciously kind of had to pull back a little bit?
No, the vocals thing's an interesting one because I think it's just such a touchy thing for vocalists. It's a feel thing for sure, and you try and you try and you try. So, I learned a lot of how to get that like Sublime sound by watching the singers in our local, West Coast alternative Sunburnt Records scene in SoCal. Like, there's a singer named Gabe Ball. His last name's not Ball. Yeah, but on my phone he's Gabe Ball because you guys are Eighth Ball. Anyway, he has this.
What am I in your phone, by the way? Probably
Scott
something.
Lips.
Okay.
Whenever they're from a band, I just put their band name
Okay.
as the last. Like, he was Zane Case I think he still was Zane Case in my phone. And yeah, man, just that all sing. Honestly, the way that Zane sings, the way that Gabe sings, the way that even John Joseph, our producer, sings certain parts. Like, I'm like, oh, here's kids that really grew up with it, and like and I'll notice I'll have like a piece. My father, Bradley, like I'll never sing exactly like him. He was so bluesy and interesting and soulful, and it's just not the tradition I come from. So if I try to sing exactly like him, it's going to seem like I'm emulating. Sometimes when I don't try at all is when my natural just larynx will happen to sound like him. And so I'm like, fuck, you really can't try and do that. How does that? It's like a finger trap, you know? The more you pull, the tighter it gets. You got to. So there is always an element of like, okay, I think the best I can do is try to sing like some of his influences, the vocal influences, and like how would Johnny Osborne do this part, and sometimes then not thinking about anything at all, just having fun. Through playing all these live shows, especially this year, I'll tell you this much: I wish I could re-record the whole record now.
Really?
Probably wouldn't sound different to anybody but me, but I know ways to now confidently nail the parts that are like sublime-y, for lack of a better word, but still authentically myself. But yeah, I don't stress too much about that. As long as I'm on pitch, then, you know, everyone can go fuck themselves. I try hard.
Do you approach the vocals on this record differently than like Jacob's Castle?
Yes, I did. And now I approach Jacob's Castle vocals differently because I've always had this inclination as a singer. I mean, I grew up listening to, you know, I grew up trying to emulate Maynard from Tool and, you know, and...
I always forget about that. You had like a metal phase.
Yeah,
right?
man. Serge Tankian. It's not a phase, Mom. and Jack Black. So, like, I always had this, like... I thought it just sounded cool, but please don't go listen to the old shit I used to put out. I can't stand listening because
you mean Law or Jacob? I mean, what are you... I'm
not going to say the band. Don't listen to anything I put out before the first Jacob's Castle record, and maybe don't even listen to that record. Anything before that's a no. Because
doesn't exist.
Yeah, well, because I was just doing this thing like la da da, oh my god, like all this insane vibrato, like it was just like, oh,
you were doing a Maynard.
Oh god, yeah, except he's good at it, and like, and Serge is good at it, and Jack Black is like oftentimes doing comedy, but to me, I'm like, that sounds great, like, you know. So I think as singers when we start off, it's like this mark of an amateur that you're just trying to sound like your influences, and you get stuck in this way where it's like all sauce, right? And as much as I hate to fucking admit it, the best singing advice I ever got was from Fat Mike, No Effects. I was doing a writing session with him, and I was showing him all these songs I was working on while I was trying to come up with Jacob's Castle. And every time I'd show him a song, he'd be like, stop, no, next. And I'd be like, what? Why? He's like, next. And like, okay, I play him another thing. Nope. And he's like, stop doing that. And I'm like, what? He was very harsh. I was like freaked out. I was like, what? Come on, Fat, Jesus, Fat, lay off me, man. And
that's
he was
like the Godfather of punk yelling at you.
Yeah, dude. He was saying, stop doing that. And I'm like, doing what? And he's like, I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, I want to hear what you sound like.
Right.
And I'm like, why don't you like these songs? He's like, because I haven't heard your songs yet. I've heard you singing like this person or that person or that person. I want to know your voice. Come back and show me how you sing unabated. Just sing it like you. That really threw me through a loop. But that has been some of the best advice I've ever gotten because now going forward, especially in Sublime, where you're trying to really fit a different mold, you try to strip away everything you try to do and just sort of sing like you. If I were to talk to you like this, there's still some vibrato. I can't fucking get away from it. But when you do that, you realize that is the type of voice that is not emulating anything, and essentially, because everyone's got a slightly unique little quality or timbre to what they can give. That's why I always say everybody can sing if they try. Keeping a pitch is tough, and you might need to learn it. But once you've got that, fucking shoot, you know? And so now when I make new music with my band or with other projects, I always have that in mind. I really like doing vocal production for other singers and giving my advice. And now I'm far more confident with what I'm capable of. And now if I want to have a part where I falsetto and do a la-di-da, like it's meaningful, and it is a conscious effort that this is what this part needs. It's not something I'm just gonna dash all over the song like a bunch of sriracha.
Although you're doing that less in Sublime, maybe more in your
I think
Jacob's
so.
Castle, right?
Yeah, I'm not even in Jacob's Castle. It's like I don't need it. You know what I mean? Like I want to explore what I am capable of doing. That no one else is. Everybody has that in them.
Definitely. You mentioned, I think last time we spoke, Jacob, we spoke about sobriety. Obviously, you have a #1 record. All this stuff is happening to you. You're on tour, playing festivals. You have your own festival, your own cruise now. Yep. Is it hard to stay grounded? Is it hard to stay sober now after what's going on?
I started smoking PCP like 3 years ago.
Okay.
Again, yeah,
no,
that's
day.
all over.
Right.
No, I'm fucking with you. No, it ain't that hard, man. I mean, if you just want to stay sober.
Right.
Sorry.
That's all right.
No, Mom, I'm on a podcast.
Oh, so sorry, babe.
You want to say hi to the people?
Hey, Mom.
Hi, the people.
Hey,
This
how's
is the
it
mother.
going?
Hi, everybody.
How's it going?
Yes.
Well, you
Good,
got any
how
good
are
memory?
you?
You got any good memories for me when I first started learning music as a kid?
Yes. Lots of good memories.
Oh yeah, name one.
Well, it blew my mind because you have so much interest in music. Growing up, you were a reader.
Well,
You're always
all
reading
right.
and writing stories and going to writing camp. That's what makes you such a good songwriter.
Well, thank you, mother.
Then
That's
you
very
went to
nice.
Coda. Yeah.
You know,
You went to Coda.
I've decided to not even tell them the story about you leaving me at the grocery store, so they won't even hear about that.
Thank you.
Tell
I
your
will.
mom she has to be
This is
very
so,
proud of
I
you.
don't want people to think you're a liar because it's so not true.
Well, Scott Lips over here in the studio says you should be very proud, and I'm very proud of you as well. I love you, Mom.
Oh, I love you. I'll let you go. Bye, guys.
Okay, I'll call you later.
Amazing.
Sorry about that.
Amazing. I want to talk a little bit about Sunburnt Records. We talked about some of the artists that you're signing. So talk about who you're excited by, like Dylan Catrone, Strawberry Fuzz.
Yeah, that's
Untitled.
right. Those are our boys. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're naming the big ones, man.
Yeah.
There's a band called Eighth Ball that we're working with right now, and some bands in their scene that we kind of like just put on our shows. We had Nice and Swell. They just played a Sunburnt Sublime Festival event, and Rifas. Those guys rock. Vi's a total madman, and we love them. They're all our baby bros. And yeah, Dylan Catrone, it's cool because that's like Sunburnt East, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's just part of like the family, right? And recording with John Joseph at the studio, like at Harbor Martyr. And so there's like this really cool, like I'm just really stoked by like that acoustic guitar, hip hop drums kind of feel
Cool.
through anything. Like that's really exciting. me
Everlast,
right
that kind of vibe.
now. I don't know. There's different ways of doing it for sure, but I would say Dylan has a really, really awesome sound, man. I'm really excited about him. He's our buddy. There's an artist called Slater who's out of like the Vada Vada collective, like the Garden and all them,
Cool.
over on the West Coast, and that's a great example of sort of just like that guitar meets hip hop drums. Like everything he does sound West Coast. You can't even separate the two. It's so core, and it was really a huge inspiration for this next Jacob's Castle record. And through doing Sublime, I'm honest talking about like Sublime. If you listen to fucking like KRS-One,
Yep.
one of my favorites, like DJ meets acoustic guitar. It's just so cool. G Love and Special Sauce, like that kind of
totally.
stuff. Like I really take high inspiration from that for what I do. So yeah, I would not trade anything, man. Through doing this Sublime record, now we're like uniquely equipped to like give insight into all these other bands we work with. Dylan comes to town. It's like, all right, let's send out General fucking Zano. Get in there, play some guitar, dude. Like,
How are you finding the bands? How are you finding the artists?
usually through friends,
Okay.
going out to local small shows.
Now, are you going out yourself and like signing them, or you are?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And it's not signing like how old school. We're
Right,
not a
right,
fucking
right.
fully,
Right.
moving corporation like that.
But you have a platform.
Yeah, exactly. A
Yes.
lot of it is handshakes right now,
Right.
and it's like, hey, put your shit on this compilation CD that we're only going to sell at this thing. We're going to give you this kickback.
Yeah.
Sort of like how Burger Records is the thing with tapes. I mean, there's a lot of 80s nostalgia with tapes. It's like, okay, here's CDs now, and then they have a code on the back now where you can scan it and fucking get to a playlist or download the songs, and then eventually they go to streaming. We want to see this shit expand to a place where we can truly be offering like artist development and signing deals and stuff like that. But right now, we're doing the things that that we are doing artist development right now. We're bringing them to the producers that we know can afford them the sound that is going to be in this circle of like this West Coast multi-genre collective. We have shows we can offer them, merchandise, printing these CDs, sales, all that stuff.
Well, the festival, the cruise, right?
Yeah,
Again,
exactly.
platforms,
And-
right?
and many other stuff I can't talk about yet that we're working on for next year. It's going to be an exciting one for Sublime, Sunburnt Records, and all the bands involved until the sun explodes. But it's been really exciting just starting to, carve out the creative aspect of it.
Yeah.
And yeah, Zane's been fucking killing it lately. Right now, we've been expanding to Japan. That's really cool.
Amazing.
We got Sunburnt Records Japan right now. Go follow. What's the @ on Instagram? It's just sunburnt.japan. Sunburnt Japan, no
Okay.
dot. Yeah, we got a bunch of homies out there. Shout out our boy Yasu. And so there's lots of really cool ska bands and hip hop projects in Japan that our boys out there that we met through Jacob's Castle touring, opening up for Long Beach the Ball Stars in Japan. We made a bunch of friends out there, and there's a whole like California scene out,
Is it really?
on the opposite side of the planet. It's so cool, dude.
I love how they embrace cultures like that, right? It's incredible. You can go there and there's like literally a scene happening in Tokyo that emulates what's going on the West Coast.
And the Japanese culture's meant so much to me since I was little. I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of people don't know I'm a quarter Indonesian, but So, well, growing up, a lot of my family just had so much like runoff from like Japanese culture that they would like bring me like imports and stuff like that. And it was such a huge part of my upbringing. So it was so cool getting there and like finding a dive bar called Lou Dog and being like, what? No way. And I'm home and there's like my baby pictures are on the walls.
Amazing.
And I'm like, thank you. Like, it was such a moment. So to get to go out there and then start trying to put on bands that we think are part of like, hey, this is the sound. Like, this is what we are doing. You know, we're not trying to break the pop record charts. Like the fact that we didn't expect any of these songs to even get on the alternative. Like this is insane to us.
And
so,
to have 2 number ones.
Yeah, man. It's so nice. And I would like to say that affords us some authenticity, that we know what the fuck we're talking about when it comes to this sound. But we're just like, hey, come have a family and then and come, you know, start a potential job that's gonna actually be profitable for you enough to like live a good life and get to do what you want to do. And if you love not only being creative but the business side of it, where art and commerce intersect, then here we are.
Come see ya.
Read the Donald. If you've read the Donald S. Passman book, we will at least listen to your demo.
I love that. Are you enjoying this moment, Jacob? Are you able to take it all in, or are you looking forward to what's next for yourself?
I don't know, man. I haven't been able to authentically just sit and enjoy. No, it's busy. It's work. And I guess my goal isn't to enjoy it necessarily. I really just want to start the fire and watch it burn. So it's starting the embers are smoldering and there's some smoke. But I really want to get this fucking fire raging first, and then I'll worry about enjoying it. I'm always thinking about what's next.
Amazing. The Grammy Museum, I believe, is celebrating Sublime, right? I believe at the end of this month, right?
Correct, yeah.
So talk to me about what's happening with the museum, the exhibition, what's in there, the artifacts, right?
There are some artifacts, dude. It's like Indiana
Lyrics,
Jones
what's in
up
there?
there.
I mean, I haven't been.
Yeah, there's lyric sheets. You can see some of the stuff that my dad and Miguel were thinking. There's little notes about set lists and potential track listing. There's old MPCs and old samplers and old synths.
Have you had a chance to walk through it yet or not yet?
Instruments. And many times. Yeah. It's great. I didn't want to give up I have my dad's, signature guitar, the brown guitar, the rectifier. Or I should. I didn't want to give it up, but I thought it'd be important for people to see it.
Definitely.
It's legendary.
If your dad could walk through that museum today, what do you think he'd say and see?
I have no idea. I never met the guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he'd be pretty I imagine it would just kind of probably blow his mind. Like, what? Why do people even give a shit? You really want that there? Okay, like, go ahead. Like,
yeah, I mean, obviously you're not thinking about that when you create stuff like that 30 years later, but it's pretty amazing to be celebrated, right? And again, such a full circle
I think
moment.
it's special for my family to know that all this stuff was for something.
Yeah, definitely. Does it mean anything that we spoke about it, but like the Grammys, like getting recognized, something like that?
Oh yeah, tie it all back together.
Definitely.
I would love that.
Definitely.
I'll go on the record to say, we put a lot of time and effort into this album, into this record. So for your Grammy consideration, please, until the sun explodes.
100%. I concur. Talk to me about your favorite Sublime songs of all time. If you have to name your top 5 Sublime songs, Jacob, and why?
No, in no particular order. These are the top 5 because these are all probably the ones that come to mind. KRS-One, hugely subversive sound that still is some fertile ground that is not fully experimented with. You can kind of point to Beck or G-Love, and those are some good areas. But, the hip-hop, acoustic guitar, folky kind of vibe, it's so cool. It's so like lo-fi. Next would be Under My Voodoo. Just a face melter of just like total frenetic energy that just like is unmatchable. Just like this, it's like hot lava bubbling under the ground. It's like so interesting. All You Need, really, really important song. It shows off so many of their different styles and genres all in one. When you're able to effortlessly do that and keep it under 3.5 minutes,
amazing.
It is safe to say we studied that a lot. STP, for the same reasons as the last song, just a journey of a song that is so bite-sized, and greatest hits for also the same reason. So a lot of their stuff that just was mixing all these different genres and scratching and samples, and that was just pure fun, but still had some thought-provoking lyrics. Those are the ones I look forward to most playing and look forward to the most to listen to, and that I take the most inspiration from when I go to write my own music.
What about from the new record? There's got to be 1 or 2 we could throw in there, right?
Oh, yeah,
like bonus tracks or
yeah.
Honorable mentions, right?
My favorites from the new record,
I mean, because I go Wizard, FTR. Right?
Wizard is
That's
great.
it,
Yeah. That is probably one of my favorites. What was my favorite I was always talking about, Zano? Thank you. Gangstalker. Yeah. And Evil Men. Gangstalker was so much fun. I had the idea to start it off. It sounds like it's just I'm like, John, like, cut. There used to be a little bit of an intro, and I'm like, cut that. And he's like, right here. And I'm like, no. Cut off even like the first hair of the one. So it sounds like you just started your car and it started like way too loud. Like the CD was still go. It's like emulating some of that like authenticity. And it just comes right after an interlude. It's just out of nowhere. And you're like, oh, Jesus, what the hell? I was really proud of that one. I really like the lyrics. Evil Men was a special place in my heart because it was a freestyle that we turned into a real song. And I also really like, what do you call it? I don't really love you when it's only Monday. What did we call that one? What for? We haven't learned the song names yet.
You learn by tonight.
We should play that tonight, Zano.
Let's talk about your top 5 SoCal punk bands, Jacob, of all time, because obviously there's a lot of punk influences on this record too.
Oh no, man!
Right?
I'm gonna drop this ball.
And there's a lot of bands you're connected to in
SoCal
this
punk
scene
bands.
too, right? I mean, it's all part of your extended
I would
family.
say Minutemen #1, even though that's not what people think of when they think of like the SoCal punk
No,
scene.
It's your list. And
And,
why? Why do these bands matter
Oh
to you?
well, Minutemen's one of the most formative bands of all time. I think that's like archetypal, like what it means to be. Like, what are we doing this for?
Yeah.
What are we doing this for? Are we doing this for the Nickelback song? Because we all just want to be big rock stars. Like, that's in a lot of us. I mean, me and Zano grew up with MTV. After it started kind of not being that so good. Like, you know what I mean? Like
When there was
that
no
kind of
music.
culture is exciting, but it's sort of like having nothing but candy all the time. Like
Yeah.
when I listen to Minutemen, I really think of like the history of what it means to be like a traveling raconteur, like just in a metal vehicle going across the lands, just playing to like-minded individuals, like to truly be an entertainer, you know, metal bus, Jam and Econo. Very important. Listen to Minutemen if you haven't.
Number 2.
Descendants.
Yeah. Great record. Milo goes.
Again, so formative. Oh, I'm talking about All, dude.
Yeah.
All.
Mm.
That's one of my favorite records. So weird and like, I guess, yeah, you can see the kind of punk I like. It's like a lot of this weird, like jazzy kind of
Sure.
punk. Like,
yeah.
yeah, dude, I just think that we wouldn't have had that huge boom of pop punk without their like archetypal like founding and discovery. And again, just really put in their time. And then after that, everything else is pretty much equal.
Mm.
Name all the other punk bands they're there. But Pennywise is a huge standout, obviously.
And part of your family,
So,
right?
Of course, that's
Yeah.
hugely important. No Effects as well. Just hugely important. SoCal punk.
Well, there's one
Now,
more. You named 4, so we're almost
Yeah,
there.
I know. I'm just there's so many. Like now it's like now there's 10 names in my head competing for the slot. I'm gonna defer to the experts here. I'm gonna phone a friend. D-Rock, give me the 4th,
Or the 5th.
the 5th
Yeah.
SoCal punk band. Thank you.
The Vandals.
The Vandals.
Part
Actually,
of
that
your
is true.
management
I
team,
can't
right?
believe that was. I'm like, should I name one of the big ones? And I'm like, no, let's keep it core. Vandals, hugely important because they gave us one of the greatest drummers in the industry
And part of your family too.
and one of the
Vandals.
best bass players,
Yeah,
Joe Escalante.
definitely, 100%.
I love the Vandals.
So we got the tour, we got the cruise next year, I believe, right?
Yep.
We got the festival you just did. Anything else? The new single, FTR, is coming out. The video, right?
Oh yeah,
What else are we forgetting? Jacob's Castle, new music at some point.
yeah. Jacob's Castle is working on a record called Lord Scumbag and the Lamest Party Ever, and it is the Sublime record was the thing I was most proud of my entire life, and this now is that as well. It's like, and it's not just like every new thing you work on is the best thing that you're the most stoked on. You have to for me at least, I have a really strong criterion of like if I'm meeting all the sounds that I had set out to match, and there's no feeling quite like hitting those sounds. So with Sublime record, we're like, yes, we did exactly what we were trying to do. Perfect. I learned everything I did from that, and then took all the sounds I see around me from my friends on the ground and from the weird realms of the internet. And that really is what makes Jacob's Castle. It has a full identity now. I can't wait to show it to people. It's this scummy internet beach fantasy is what I tell
Awesome.
people. And yeah, Lord Scumbag, look for it soon. We're going to have some stuff that I think is going to sound, some sounds that sound familiar and very clearly West Coast, but with some twists and some risks taken that I wouldn't have dared done on a Sublime record. So that's kind of be the fun of this. If you want to follow where my sonic journey goes as a writer, if you were interested by the things we were doing in Until the Sun Explodes, I think that the spiritual successor to that is Lord Scumbag for sure.
Well, this record is fantastic. So congrats on an amazing record. Maybe there'll be another record. You never know. You never know.
No, I do know. There's not gonna be another fucking one, motherfuckers. I'm just kidding. I think that I would love to have Bud and Eric in the studio and us to jam out some Pero Bravo songs, some Slightly Stupid songs, some Ziggins songs, some fucking even like Fiddlar and fucking Skeggs song, like all of our friends. I would like to do like this stacked like 30 song record of just like covers from all of our friends. That's something that I would push for if we wanted to put out more material like years from now.
Amazing. Well, it's a National Sublime Day for you and I, so thanks for being here and looking forward to tonight.
We love you guys. Thank you. Till the sun
guys.
explodes. Something like that.
Amazing. There you go. That's all we need.